Hey, what is happening, all you mechanical maniacs? Hurst Quayzar here. Welcome back to another episode of Rot2Rad. It's where we go out to the junkyard, we bring something back that's rotten, and we try to turn it into something that's radical. Now, I know I haven't done much with the hot rod, okay? I've been on vacation, so I am back. I will say the weather in Ohio right now is not the same as Miami, but I am back, slightly refreshed, a little hoarse, I think. Had a good time, but we are going to get right back into the Rot2Rad series. Last week, we had this, what is this again? This is a 1989 Mercura, which is basically a Ford RS 500 conversion, right? Doesn't have a sunroof. Went with the basic interior. Went with the kind of like this spoiler section on it here. We did do what I would say a kind of a bluish gray underneath and chrome with the blue bushings. What I call it, polyurethane bushings. Did all that. Put everything I could into the engine. She gave us a good solid, what do we get out of her? 205, or measured right now is, measured horsepower is 353, right, at 309, which we got a lot out of it, which is pretty good. I gave it up to you guys, and you guys told me what to do. Unfortunately, we have a tie. So what I had to do was I had to go back into all my emails and find out who posted first. So even though Tim out there posted first to the video, it was Ryan who posted a save or sell vote. So, Ryan, guess what? You are the winner because you voted first at 1:21 in the afternoon, 21 minutes after the video posted. Your vote decides it. And the vote is, it's a sell. Yep, it's a sell. So we're going to take our RS 500 and we are going to send it off at 5,600 or 56,535. Boom, gone. Yada, gone. All right. Okay, so I've kind of described what I've been doing. I've been on vacation, haven't had much time to work on the hot rod. So, but time for right now for us to just jump into the junkyard and see what we can find, right? Right. Okay, so let's go. All right. Let's see what we have out here in the rust and the dust. So we do have a few rules we have to go by. One, it has to be something we haven't done before. Two, it has to be under 150,000 miles. This chopped restaurant would have been a nice one, 174,000. So it has to be under 150,000 miles. It has to be something I haven't done before. We have done this 50th anniversary bone shaker. Like I said, something we haven't done before, and I can't keep it the same color. Now, with that said, though, it can be something if it's decided that it was a sold. If I had to sell it, right, because of the votes, then I have a chance to redeem it myself and redo it again. Retired police car, 75,000 miles. We've done a taxi cab, basically same car. What is this? This is a 140 volt Reptilia. So yeah, it has to be something we haven't done before. We've done a Charger. We've got a hot rod. And we've done a Porsche. So let's move on. Again, I can't have the same color. And what do we have here? 383 6-pack. 1969 GTO. Oh, is it GTO? There's one out in my front yard I want to build. I think we did a budget build on that in the other series. A Lancer, INGS +1. No, I think the GTO is going to be our our baby. We have a Mustang off-road, 144,000. This is a Charger at 231,000 miles. That's not going to work. Can't get at this one. A lit edition Bora. We have done a Bora, and I think I kept it, so that's not a big deal. Hudson Hornet. We did a drag version. This is a dirt racer version, but it's 234,000 miles, so that's not even going to work. The Ford Fiesta back there. Dodge RT, 172,000 miles. Way too many. Morgan Duesenberg, 208. I always find those, but they're always high. Supra, we've always do the Supras. The TRD, we have done one, and we did keep it, I believe. Another Hudson. There's another Hudson. We've got Hudsons everywhere. This is a stock version at 245,000. Oh, that's just horrible. We're not even going to touch that one. A Mustang. 123,000 miles. And this is the Delray Custom HQ Gasser. We've already done that. So what we are going to do, we are going to head back over here. And I do believe we are going to... Where is that bad boy? I think we're going to go with the GTO. I really think we're going to go with the GTO. Yep. Now this has got a 383 six-pack in it, but we can change that up and around a little bit. Man, oh man, oh man, this car is kind of crazy looking. Think we can do something with it, right? Let's see, exam mode. Nope. What's the price tag on this bad boy? Come on. Go. 2,509. Okay, so 2,509. We're going to go ahead and buy this car. We're going to send it into the garage. Yeah. And then we're going to chase right after it, and we're going to get to work, shall we? All right, let's go. All right. So this thing is basically can be stripped down to nothing right here. Bumpers, the whole front clip, fender, door. Look at this. It has absolutely nothing left. It is down to the frame. One of the very few cars you can do like this. So this is a fully sick mod. And yeah, this is one of the few that you can actually tear down to the bare minimum and then build it from the ground up. Basically, that's exactly what we're going to do. But we're going to go ahead and clean up what we have here. Not a whole lot to clean up, is there? I love it. No interior per se to detail, but we're going to make sure we've got it all nice and cozied, nice and clean anyway. We don't want any rats or anything that are come out of it. Okay, we're going to move this car back over to lift number 1. Let's see here. First and foremost, I think what we can do, let's go ahead and move her over to the paint booth and see, does the frame get painted? That's the one thing I'm looking for is the frame. Does the paint? Yes, the frame does get painted. All right. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I have a few things I need to take care of. One being the body, which I'm going to paint an entirely different color. So I have to paint all the body pieces differently. So that's one thing I'll have to worry about. So now that I know that, let me go ahead and move this car back over to left turn number 1. Now that I know that, we got some things to do. So I do need to put... let's go ahead and clean this up. Make sure that's all good to go. 60 bucks. Yeah, we'll clean up the framework a little bit. Yeah, we don't even know what color the original color is, so let me check that out real quick. Stock color is that green color. That's not going to happen. That's not going to be the way it's going to be. So what I need to do is basically, let's go here, fresh imports. I need to know, I think that's one part I need. Okay, let's go ahead and add car part 1. Because I need to know the back here, right? So we're going to go car part 2, and we are going to make GTO. We're going to try to bring this back into a nice condition here. I think that is plenty. I think that's plenty of what I need to do for right now. So I'm going to have to take all the parts, make sure they fit on here, then take them and spray them all a different color than when I paint the framework. So that's going to be interesting. That's really going to be interesting. But it shouldn't be too bad, right? The way I'm going to do it. It shouldn't be too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting busy on the rear end here. I'm going to rip this thing down. And the only reason why I put the body on here is to find out just how much clearance I could get a rear tire underneath here. It doesn't look like I can get much more than what I have there. But we're going to give it a shot, and I'll come back in a few minutes with all the rear end pieces. And then I think I'll go ahead and powder coat the frame. So we'll go ahead and have that done. And then we will start reassembling this. And you'll have a good idea of what I have going on just by the way I'm painting it. So I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the verdict is in. It will be a yellow rear end here. Yellow rear end and yellow framework. So yeah, that's what we're going to do with it. The black shock absorbers. We're going to stick with the yellow springs, of course. And then we chromed up the caps. And then with the rubber bushings, we're going to stick with the black because it kind of goes with the shock absorbers. So we're going to stick with the black and yellow underneath. Almost like a bumblebee, I guess you might say. But yeah, that's what we're going to do with this right here. There we go. All set, all good. Let's go ahead and put the bearings in here. I haven't put the exhaust system in, but we'll do that here in a few minutes. Not a big deal. And pinion. There we go. Now that's all taken care of. We get the rear axle housing in there. Get the caps in, of course. Then I don't have a fuel tank. It's in the way. Now we're going to chrome the differential cover. So we're going to chrome the differential cover. We've got a little bit of chrome here and there. So I think it'll look pretty good after we get done with it. I'm hoping so anyway. All right, we get the rest of this axle taken care of. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Okay, disc brakes. Of course, we went with the drilled and slotted, and we also went with the Brimbos, which we painted yellow as well. So it's all the same color underneath. The yellow and chrome. That's looking pretty good, actually. So I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Let's see the yellow springs. Now we got to get like the fuel tank taken care of. We've got to get, yeah, you know what? That one is not even. Hang on a second. For some reason, that one didn't come out very glossy at all. So let's take it back to the part shop. There's a paint shop here. Here we go. Seems glossy here, but we're gonna go gloss. Let's see. I don't know what the deal is. It looked glossy, but I knew when I painted it, I thought something was wrong. Then I kept going back and forth trying to figure out which one it was so I could repaint it. Could not figure it out. So, there we go. Nice and glossy now. All right, so let's get the trailing arm taken care of here. Now, bracket, hub, and then the rest of this. Bolt that right in. Yeah, baby. Looking good already. So we've painted the framework yellow. So we have that to go by. So we've got a whole framework yellow. Looks like different shades, but I guarantee you I did it all in the same same hue. Well, maybe not the springs as much, but I didn't want them to pop as loud as the rest of it. So that's good. That'll work. That will work for me. All right. Let's see what we need here. We need a fuel tank. We need a exhaust. We need middle mufflers and rear mufflers. So let's go ahead and jump over here. Get the exhaust. We're going to go 2 of those. We're going to go with 2 of those, right? Fuel tank, no, but we do need a fuel filter. So or a fuel pump. So let's go here, fuel, F-U-E-L. Okay, so let's go back into here. There we go, and then we get the fuel tank in there, fuel pump, and then we can get the exhaust system on here, which makes it look a little more complete, right? So that's what we're going to do here. All right, so it looks pretty much complete. All right, now for the front end, we're going to start taking the front end apart. I'm going to take this engine out as well. Get it out of the way. Probably take care of some of the things underneath. And, you know, honestly, I might as well just go ahead and start painting the body pieces and putting it all back together. It's going to be kind of anticlimactic, I guess, because we're not going to know what color we're going to paint it until after we tell I've got it here, right? So this is going to be kind of a different way we're going to do it today, because there's no way I can just paint it, because then it paints the whole framework. Then I have to take it apart and do all of that. But not a big deal. Not a big deal. We can work with it, all right? And we're going to take this all apart. I'm going to yank the engine out, and I will be back in a few minutes, guys. So hang tough. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got everything underneath the hood all squared away, it looks like. We're going to lift this up and start working on the front end. I believe I've got everything all situated here. I went with the TK aftermarket upper and lower control arms. Oh, I don't have the bushing. Do I have the bushings? Yes, I do. I didn't think I had them there for a second. So we're going to go with the TK aftermarket bushings. Steering rack's going to be normal, chrome plated. Inner control arm. Sway bar's been chromed. Now, knuckles been painted. Now we go with the lower bottom suspension arm. Gotta love it. And then we'll hook up with the upper suspension arm. There we go. And we can attach the shock absorber, which looks pretty good in there with the whole black thing. I was gonna paint it white, but nah, I need some pop in there. So we left it black. There we go. Put that in there. Bearings, I think I got. Yep. And yeah, like the calipers, these are huge bad boys right there on the front. I'm going to have to be careful what's selecting the particular rim for the front end. I'm going to have to be a little particular about it, I guess. I thought about just going with the stockish GTO looking rims. I still may do that. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go with that yet. I did stick some body pieces on here just to get a good feel of the tire depth and how big I want to get them in aero. So yeah, I did put some body pieces on it. I'm going to have to take them back off to paint them, of course. So that's what I'm going to have to end up doing. I'll probably end up putting all the body pieces on, test fitting everything, making sure everything works, and then I'm going to take it to the body shop and do that. So that's what I'm going to have to end up doing while I am away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull. I've got the engine pulled. It's trash pretty much, and I'm just going to build a brand new motor for it. I think I'm going to stick with the 383 on it. I may go with something a little bit different. I'll take a look here, see if I have any swap options. I think I do. But really nothing. Let's see what I got here. Oh, I got tons of swap options. But the problem is I don't want... do not want them... I want the exhaust to line up, right? So... I am going to take a look at... this has got the 446 pack in it, huh? 361 horsepower. I may stick with this one, actually. Ooh. Or I'll look at the V8 2 carb overhead valve. I don't think that has enough horsepower in it. So I may have to stick with this one, the V8 Hemi. So, yep, that's what I'll probably end up doing. Because if you look over here, if I create a new engine, right? And we look at... let's look at the 446 pack, right? 390 horsepower. 390 horsepower as compared to... I'd love to put that in there. 360. This would be 390. $330. So I could put that one in there as well. But because this one puts off a little bit more horsepower, we're going to go with that one. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. All right, so we are going to go with the 446 pack, and I'm going to build one. I'm going to get some wheels and tires set up on here so it looks decent, and I'll be back in a few minutes, all right? But don't go away. Oh, wait a minute, I'm missing a bushing. So don't go away. Stay tuned. Oh, it goes right there. And we will be back in a few minutes, all right? All right, let me go build an engine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, an all-yellow engine. Yeah, that's going to look pretty dang spiffy in there if I say so myself. Go ahead and take that off. We're going to go ahead and mount this bad boy right in. Oh, whoa. I need this. Getting a little ahead of myself. That in there. Yep, there we go. Oh, wrong one. Oops. Let's take that out. Let's go ahead and put the new one in. There we go. There we go. That's nice and pretty in there. Doesn't it look nice in there? A little bit of touch of red here and there with the battery and with the alternator. Didn't look too bad. I kind of left it with the red. It wasn't something I was planning on doing, but actually after putting that in there, I thought, it looks all right. We've got the transmission in. Got the drive shaft in, which I've painted all yellow as well. It's like it all underneath yellow. So kind of like a show car, you know what I mean? Oh man, these things do not have, these things are not connected. What the hell? Here I'm going through excruciating, meticulous, I guess is a better way to say it. Trying to make sure all this stuff fits up right, and it doesn't. It just doesn't. My God. All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this in. Exhaust in, get the starter in. Yep. Jeez. Big old exhaust leak right there. That kind of sucks. All right, so we've got all that in. Guess that's about it. All right, so for wheels and tires, what have I done? For wheels and tires on the back, I have decided to go with these Nissan ones, but we're going to go with a 295 on the back. We'll go with a 295 on the back, and I love the way the black just kind of blends in with that yellow. So then we're going to go up front. What we're going to do is we're going to go with the 255s up front. Let's go ahead and put those all on. I've already test fitted this side, so 5 up front. And yeah, baby. These are gonna look awesome. Okay, so that's pretty much the framework. We get the wheels, tires, and a framework on it, right? Whew. So that looks like a pretty badass looking framework. So now, let's see if it has a little bit of a stance to it. Maybe just a little bit. But let's go ahead and start putting the body together. And you'll see what I mean. I had to actually go through and paint these pieces, right? And then come back in and redo it all. So I went in, I painted everything, and then I hope you guys don't mind, but I just did this whole thing up. Oh man, it's gonna look badass. I love the orange. Now this is not your typical orange. This is a little bit darker than your typical orange that you pick up, right? The colors right out of the box in there. So yeah, it's a little slightly darker burnt orange than is there. I don't have everything here, so let's, we're gonna go rear window. Got the side mirrors. I went with the smaller side mirrors on it because I thought they looked cool. Yeah. So side mirrors. Those and those. Okay, so let's go here. Fresh vehicle add-ons. Window cover. Right. Get all the. Okay, so that should cover most of our. That puts in a rear seat as well, so that's cool. I need to put. Everything is on there. Everything is on there. Right. Okay, now we need to do an interior setup on it. Not sure what they had, but we're going to go with... I think we're going to go with just what we have as far as a stock... stock setup is what we're going to go with. Yeah, I think it's worthwhile, right? Let's go here. Come on. Interiors. You know what? I don't like that one. So what I'm going to do... okay, I know which ones they are, so let's just go through these a little bit. I don't want the two-tone. I don't think the rear seat's two-toned, so I don't want the front two-toned. You know what I mean? So we are going to run through here. There we go. See, it's these, but I don't want those. We're going to get 2 of these. And then we are going to go with my favorite steering wheel right there. Yeah, see, the back isn't two-toned, so why do that? Why do that with a two-tone? I'm not doing it. We're going to go with the solid front seats. I'm not going to paint them or anything. So yeah, that's what I'm going to look at. All right, so now we've got that all set up. Nice and yellow underneath there. What else do we have to do? Let's go ahead and fill up our reservoirs. Let's make sure we've got those things all set up, and then we'll take it over. I'll swing it over into the test path just to get that done. This thing has 2 reservoirs for cooling. That's crazy. We'll fill up we have to fill up both of them. This is like an overflow. If you ever had some of these older cars, you actually have an overflow. That's what that's for. And in drag racing, you're supposed to have an overflow too, because if it gets too hot and it boils over, you want it to go into a reservoir. You don't want it to go all over the track. Okay, and then brake fluid. And oil. Now, some of you may be looking at that air filter on there and going, "Oh, Hurst, you didn't put the you didn't put the proper air cleaner in there. You didn't put like a, you didn't put a tuned air cleaner in there. Yeah, I did. I did. I just painted it. So yeah, this has got all tuned parts that you could put in here, I think I've got everything done. Bam, bam, bam. All right. I'm not putting a license plate on the front of this car. That's just ignorant in my opinion. It just doesn't look right. But we will stick one on the back. There we go. Looks nice and clean back here. Nice clean GTO. Let's see what our stats are looking like. 100% all the way around. Body is only 92%, which I am going to assume that is because of... Oh, I don't have the... yeah, I don't have the engine cover in. Let's see here. Let's go get the engine cover, shall we? Yeah, we'll just get the normal engine cover. That looks good to me. Sweet. Close her up. All right. And now let's take a quick look at it. Make sure it's only the front license plate. I do come through here from time to time. I find like a piece I've missed. And it's down to like 94% or something like that. It just drives me nuts. All right, I'm going to run this over to the test path. I'm going to get the wheels aligned, and I'm going to get the front end aligned a little bit. And then we'll take her over to the dyno room. Let's go ahead and tint the windows on this. That's a good idea, right? But I'm not going to tint them too much. I'm actually going to tint them. We'll go 45%. Okay, so I'm going to run this over the test path. I'll do the wheels and the headlights, and I'll meet you over at the dyno. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the dyno. Now, we did put carbs on here, so I should be able to, yeah. So this is what we're going to have to do. We got to go. That's not going to work out for me. Okay, so 0 is not going to work. There we go. Lie. Here. Nope. Nope. Yeah, all zeros. That's good. Yeah, that's not good. +1 around. That's just 2. Nope. Nope. I thought I did +1. I think I did 0, 2. 0's not going to work. It's going -1. 1's not going to work, so I'll just go -2. Ugh. Nope. Oh, it's so close. I thought I had it. I thought I had it that time. There we go. Apply that one. Now, where I have this at? This is a -2, I think. There we go. Yeah, we've got all 3 carbs tuned in. Now, let's see what this bad boy has to offer. Ooh, nice. 718 horsepower with 901 pounds of torque. Puts me in a little higher than a halfway range up the A drag scale. Nice. All right. Oof. Yeah, I'm loving this thing. All right, guys and girls, that's what we got. We have ourselves a nice GTO, kind of a yellow framework, yellow engine. Kind of matches with the decals a little bit, right? Not too much of a custom job on here, but I did go with some Nissan wheels, and that in itself, look at the way it stands in there. That's a nice little stance it's got going on. It does have a yellow framework, kind of matches everything up, and yeah, there you go. All right, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Rot2Rad. So now it's your turn to vote. Should I save it or do I sell it? Cast your votes down below. Give me some comments, and I will talk with you all later. This is Hurst Quayzar saying thank you all, and have a good night. I am out.